Everyone likes seeing you. I think everyone comes here for you. Look what I got, another pair of r.a.ds, which I'm excited about because I am really bad at switching out my sneakers. I will wear the same pair over and over again and wear them until they literally are falling apart. Bad habit of that. But I saw these and they have these orange bottoms, and personally, orange is one of my favorite colors. I went to Syracuse, so pretty excited about these. I tried to get a pair of orange r.a.ds before, and they sold out before I get them in my size. I wear a size 7 and I feel like 7 women's just sells out. Anyway, we are heading to the gym and it is shortly after quarterfinals, about a week after quarterfinals finished. The last workout had to be in. And I've been thinking about what I want to do and thinking that I want to get stronger, which I've said on here before. And I am really bad at following through with. And I will admit that. Carson wants to play again. Go get it. I am very bad at sticking with that, mostly because I know I don't like working out by myself. I don't like having to do all my workouts alone, having to get in there by myself. I don't know. A lot of people I know do actually like working out on their own. They don't want to be told what to do. I'm like, please tell me what to do. I just want to be part of a group and suffering alongside other people. So I don't want to do anything alone. And I was going to try to find some strength to add on to the programming I'm doing now at my new gym. But then I thought about it and I looked at some of the programming for this week and I'm like, we do strength pretty much every day. And when I was at Diablo, we did not do strength every day. Sometimes the Metcon was the only thing we did. So most days here, except for it looks like Thursdays, which tend to be a little bit more of like an active recovery cardio day. And sometimes they suggest taking it more of like active recovery versus full on going hard. I'm like, why don't I just do this? Maybe add in some extra stuff here and there, but just do this and see where it gets me. Because I started at this gym in the beginning of February or mid-February. I think it was mid-February because I moved here like a week and a half into February. So mid-February. And then the open started at the end of February, and then there was quarterfinals, and I haven't really done jump ship class training here. Jump ship is the name of the program. Consistently. I haven't done it consistently because of the open and quarterfinals, and I haven't done it consistently because I didn't live here. I wasn't part of this gym until mid-February. And there's a lot of strength in it. They definitely put the strength into the workouts. A lot of the workouts are fairly heavy, and we do have strength almost every day. So I kind of just want to see if I throw in like a lift that I don't see throughout the week. If I look at the programming and I don't see it, so I'm like, hey, I'm going to throw in a heavy one of these just on a day when I have extra time. I think I might just want to see how that goes. Working out with friends, the new people I've met at this gym, and just hitting these workouts hard and knowing that this is a different program, and I just sort of need to see what this program does for me. So I think that's the avenue we're going for now. It seems like, one, the most foolproof avenue because I know I love taking class. I know that. And two, I don't have to pay for anything else, and I'm gonna show up. Whether I do extra things that I think I need to do, like if I see there's no back squats this week, better put those in. Whether or not I do that, we'll find out. But I think this is probably the most solid plan for someone like me who loves doing class and is at a new gym with new programming that I haven't really experienced yet. So we're gonna head to the gym. You'll see today there is strength. So we'll head there and get that all underway. Oh, also, if you made it this far and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Doing this content all year round, more semifinals content coming up, games, all of that stuff. So please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. All my content is free. You just have to subscribe so that you can be notified to see it, and it helps me out a lot. All right, let's go to the gym. Wait, can we just appreciate these shoes for a second? Because I kind of love this off-white color and these orange bottoms. Wow, I didn't realize how much I liked them until I just stepped outside with them. 10 seconds until the workout starts, and I'm doing my little nervous dance that I usually do in this 10 seconds. When you watch yourself back as often as I do, you notice some weird habits, but you know, I embrace it. This is me. This is my weird habit of having a little bit of nerves right before the workout starts. But you know, if you're nervous, that means you care and you want to do well. So nerves are good. Embrace the nerves. So the workout's up on your screen. I'm going to leave it there the whole time because I'll never be standing in that portion of the screen really. So might as well have that up there so you never forget what we're doing because it's a little bit confusing. I liked it a lot, but there's just a lot to it. So 4 total reps. You start with 30 seconds of calories on a machine. I chose the rower. So the majority of the people, I would say, chose the rower, but you could do a bike, ski erg. I guess you could run on the assault runner if you really wanted to, but I chose the rower, probably the most traditional of the machines to do this with. Then 30 seconds directly into it, no rest there, into shoulder to overhead. Went unbroken on these because it was only 30 seconds and you're fresh. And then I went directly into the 30-second of back rack reverse lunge steps. This is a tough movement and definitely made my booty pretty sore, but went right into it in this first 30 seconds because those first 30 seconds, you are moving very, very quickly. There's not much downtime here. And 30 seconds of work, you don't really need to take much downtime. When we get to the minute and a half of work, things will change. And then into 30 seconds of V-ups. So I actually like V-ups. I feel like these look pretty good. You got to touch the ground behind you and then touch your shoelace, toe area. Remember when these were in quarterfinals, that became a bit of a confusion. But that's the idea, and that your feet have to go above your head level. So you could bend your knees, but not so much so that your feet are below your head when you're up in that V position. First round done. And the first round, I'm like, man, crushed that. Felt really good. Writing down my reps there, I actually went back and watched this to get all of my reps because in the moment it's hard to count all of those. But what I got on this first set was 52 total reps that broke down to 8, 12, 10, and 22. So 8 calories, 12 shouldered overhead, 10 reverse lunges, and then 22 V-ups. So really where you make your money here, and I don't think I realized this until I was doing the workout, but you're going to make your money on those V-ups if you have the capacity there because they're just the quickest of all of these movements. The barbell weight, I haven't mentioned that yet. It is 115.85. So it's a moderately heavy weight. Oh my gosh, that weird rower thing that I just did, pulling the handles up over my head. That I stole from Travis Mayer, and I should probably put that video of him doing that up on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. But in quarterfinals, I guess he tried this row thing where he said it like really helped get the calories up super high. I mean, it kind of did. It also kind of looks crazy to be pulling the handles above your head, and I'm just not sure if it's really worth it. But it was a fun experiment, and, you know, play with it if you want. I don't think it's something I'll be sticking with. I tried it a little bit in this workout, and I've honestly forgotten about it since, and this was a few days ago. So I don't think it's going to become a normal thing for me, but, you know, I gave it a shot. So in that minute, I did 14 calories on the machine, the rower. Now going directly into the shoulder to overhead. I don't remember exactly if I went unbroken on this one. I don't think I do. We'll find out. A lot of other people are taking it from the rack. I do not go unbroken. You know, 30 seconds is fine. A minute is, it's double. It's a long time. Did not go unbroken there. So back to what I was saying. A lot of people are taking this from the rack. The coach that was coaching this class said that you could. I chose not to because I just figured most of the time in most CrossFit workouts, we take things from the ground. It's good practice and some extra strength opportunities getting to clean the weight up. So I decided to take it from the ground. Now I only have a couple seconds left. I am going to make sure I clean this right at the end, get that shouldered overhead, and then I racked it, ready to start my back rack reverse lunges. So that time I did 16 shoulder to overhead and doing these back rack reverse lunges. I believe I do go unbroken on these. I suffer through it. I do not get through 130 of doing this though. Do I get through a whole minute of this? This was rough. I don't know if I even recommend going unbroken on this, but the problem is it's such a hassle to put it down. And this would be one of the moments that it is, I guess, a little bit easier to go from the rack. I feel like I was moving a little bit more quickly, not going from the rack and just grabbing it off the ground for the shoulder to overhead portion. But for the back rack reverse lunges, if you wanted to rest, it probably is easier to have it in the rack, because if you drop it now, you got to clean it, jerk it, put it on your back. It is a lot there, but maybe it's a way to encourage you not to drop it. And I guess I did go unbroken for that whole minute, and I was so ready to drop that and do some of these V-ups. So that was 18 reps on the back rack reverse lunges into these V-ups. I don't know why I like this movement. I just feel like you get in a rhythm with it, but when it goes, it goes. It did not go yet, it looks like, but I believe in that 130, so a minute 30 of V-ups, like it's a lot of V-ups. It starts to go, but we're moving here. I guess 30 seconds of V-ups is something I can do pretty proficiently, but I think that might be where the proficiency starts to fall off a little bit. Yep. I'm just like dying now. That core, definitely feeling it. Oh, just laying there. Just gonna lay. But V-ups, we've seen them in quarterfinals. I don't know if I'll ever see them again because of the debacle with those, similar to the step-ups this year. There's always this movement, I feel like, that just becomes a little bit controversial in some of these competitions. Sometimes we don't see it again. Sometimes we do. I don't know if we're going to see V-ups again. I think they're difficult for the open because of the volume of people doing them and because of the difficulty judging. And yeah, quarterfinals, I don't know if it's worth it either. Put that GHD back in there. I do like the GHD sit-up. Easier to judge. Probably makes more sense. The workout with the GHDs last year had the V-ups in it too. So maybe they'll just stick to the GHDs if they bring back a core movement like that. So heading back to my rower, still in that minute rest, shaking things out, getting ready to do this long portion, much longer than the rest. It's a very different way to go about this. By the way, on the last V-ups, I got 34 reps, in case you're wondering. So pulled that rower really high again and just did it once this time and was like, that's enough. The row really changes, at least it did for me. When you're doing 30 seconds on a machine, you're hammering that the whole time. You're going to be sticking with a very, very, very fast pace. But a minute and a half on the machine, followed by 4.5 minutes of more work, it's just a totally different approach. So really this time, just kind of settling in and moving through it much more than I was for the 30 seconds. And I will get 20 calories in this minute and a half on the rower. To compare that, I got 8 calories in the 30 seconds. So if I was still pulling at the same pace, I would get 24 calories. But I'm not, and it's really not a huge fall off. But it is a little bit, and just a different approach, because you also have to remember it's not just a minute and a half on the rower, but it's a minute and a half after all of this other work you still see on your screen. So you now have this accumulation, and it really, it's different. At this point, you're just surviving. So if you're going to give this a try, know that by the time you are 9.5 minutes in, the approach is a little bit different than when you were 30 seconds in. and you're going to keep going. That's what you're going to try to do. Just keep going. So again, headed back to my barbell, and you see, like, I'm just getting here much faster than people. One, it's closer to my rower, but two, I just got to know, I got to pick it up and just go. And something about picking it up off the ground just makes me be like, I got to go. So I like the shoulder to overhead, can move through those pretty well, but again, starting to feel that fatigue, messing with these plates. You ever do this and be like, I'm just really trying to make an excuse for me resting a little bit longer. That's the truth. I'm like, I need to adjust these weights. They're slipping off. But they do slip sometimes. You don't want your weights to fall off, but you also, don't want to waste too much time playing with things. But it's hard once you get fatigued. And sometimes I like to make sure when I rest, I'm taking thoughtful breaks, in the sense that, like, I just stepped back and then I stepped forward, so that I'm not standing around looking at the bar forever. So it's like, you're going to adjust these weights, you're going to tighten them, and then you're going to pick it up. Or you're going to step backwards, and then you're going to step forwards, and you're going to pick it up. You see? There you go. That's what I just did. Because if you just give yourself the permission to stand there and look, I feel like it's easier just to stand there and look. But by this part, you can see I'm dropping the weight quite a bit compared to when I was doing the 30 seconds unbroken. Back rack lunges. This will be the first time I drop these back rack lunges. So I completed 21 of the shoulder to overhead, and I will also complete 21 of these reverse lunges. I'm not really improving that much on the reverse lunges compared to the shoulder to overhead. I probably like the shoulder to overhead better anyway. So the first round I did better on the shoulder to overhead than the back rack lunges. And then the second round is the only round I did better on the lunges over the shoulder to overhead. And I think it's only because I kept the bar on my back and I did drop the shoulder to overhead. So here I get exactly the same number of reps, 21 and 21 on both the shoulder to overhead and the reversed lunges. So this was the grind. This is what made my booty quite sore the next day. Lunges, they get me. But we're going to have a great butt for the summer. But we're going to have a great butt? Yeah, that's about right. We're going to do that. So always do your lunges. Remember that. Makes that booty look pretty good. But my least favorite movement of this workout, for sure. Just got to grind through it. It feels heavy, and it's hard to drop and pick back up. But if you use the rack, it's a little bit easier. Going on to the V-ups, and this was the first time I really started to not like them. Prior to this, I'm like, yeah, V-ups, let's go, let's do this. And here, I'm already 15 seconds in, or only 15 seconds in, and those abs are cramping up already. You can see that. But it is the accumulation of reps, for sure. But to give you a comparison, I complete 39 reps in the minute and a half, and in the minute, I completed 34. So those were kind of similar numbers for 30 additional seconds. It's just the accumulation really starting to hit my core. Just starting to break down a little bit here. Just trying to make sure I meet that that standard and don't fail the reps. And I wasn't sure if I needed to go back and touch the ground after I finished that rep, because I kind of finished in a funky position. So I went back and touched just in case, trying to, uphold the standards as much as I can. Do it again there, go back. V-ups, they seem easy at first, and they get harder, which might just be all of CrossFit. Really feels easy in the moment sometimes at first, and then as you do hundreds of reps, it starts to feel a bit harder. But we only have no time left. That was it. Finished that, saw me fall over there, and just give up. So on to the strength, because we always have strength. This is after the Metcon. It was 3 front squats. So you'll watch me do a couple front squats here. I did complete 235 reps for total reps on that workout there. but we're already in these front squats now. I edited this very close together. So onto the front squats and putting on the belt for my final set of front squats, and we're gonna hit those legs, try to wake them up. Front squats are not my favorite, but hopefully we become a little bit friendlier soon, because need these legs to carry me into next year's quarterfinals a tiny bit stronger than they did this year. But grinding through this, I was pretty happy with this set. This was very heavy for me, and I managed to get my hips underneath myself and get all 3 reps. Proud of that. So I talked about doing a little bit of extra strength. So that was the strength that was programmed. I decided to do a couple clean and jerks afterwards, just to work towards that goal of eventually getting a 155-pound clean and jerk. So just doing some, just to keep everything fresh and just to get my hands on this movement more often than I usually would, because it's just not programmed as often as I think I need to do it. So did some of that. Then I threw in a muscle up, because why not? Got to remember I can do those. So threw that in there, and a couple more than that one, and then ripped up my arm or my wrist. Yep, that's the workout. All right, back home with Carson after that workout. You want to say hi, buddy? Hey, everyone likes seeing you. I think everyone comes here for you. Actually, I think I saw a comment in one of my last videos about Carson and about where his name comes from. And it does come from the site of the CrossFit Games back when it was at StubHub Center. So it is CrossFit related. Could have named him Murph, like a lot of CrossFit dogs, but I wanted something a little bit different, and that's where his name came from. Anyway, workout was a lot of legs. I definitely feel my legs, my hamstrings, lots of things from that workout already. When I was doing those power cleans afterwards, because I'm trying to get some extra strength in, today is my day off, so I slipped some extra strength in. I would really like to be able to power clean 155, because that 155 barbell has got me in 2 quarterfinals. So I would like to be able to do that by next quarterfinals. So I did some power cleans after the workout just to sort of keep working towards that. And I don't think we're doing power cleans for like strength this week. At least I haven't seen it yet. I don't think Friday's workout is out yet, but once it comes out, maybe, but still it's Monday and that'll be Friday. So whatever, I think it'll be fine. Did some of that. Then I did some muscle ups just to like remember that I can do them. I sometimes need to do that. I did mess up my wrist a little bit. I have a better video or picture of what that looks like, but ouch. I false grip a lot on those. I need to get better at that too. Always things to get better at in CrossFit. Part of the fun, part of the frustration of it. So anyway, that was today. Lots of training. Always like the days that I can get in the gym for quite a bit of time. We will talk some more about semifinals, what's going down there in a future video, so subscribe if you want to see that. I appreciate you all for watching. So does Carson, I think. He wants to play, really. But I think he appreciates you for watching, too. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Go get it.